You will see a new addition in this video. This story just feels much more immersive to me. Hi everyone, and welcome to or back to my channel. I definitely feel like I have some explaining to do. Maybe I don't. This channel is very small, and I know that I only have a few viewers on these videos so far, but I have been gone now. I think my last video I posted was 7 months ago, and I just felt like I should tell you guys what's been going on and why I've been so absent. We had a ton of life events going on over the last few months. We moved in July, and honestly, you can probably tell by the state of my office that we're still working on it. I absolutely despise unpacking, and I tend to do it as slowly as possible. So we are still kind of in the midst of getting settled and just kind of feeling like this is our new home. We lived in our previous house for 2 or 3 years. We lived in our previous house for 2 years. We are just renting, but we did move into a new house that we are absolutely loving. It is so much bigger than our last one. We have a backyard now, which we did not before, and just so much more space. So we are absolutely loving this transition, but it has been a lot. In addition to that, my kids have been busier than ever, so I feel like I've been running around. I feel like I'm never home. Kids always have to be somewhere, and then I still work full-time nights, so it has been just the busiest season I think I've ever had in my life. So there's that. And then finally, you will see a new addition in this video, hopefully. We got a family dog. We have never had a dog or a cat in our family. My parents have always had dogs, and so my kids are used to being around dogs, but we just never really had the money or the space to make that possible. But my son's birthday was actually on Thanksgiving, which was just a day ago, and we decided to get him a puppy. We got him a little early and surprised him for his 14th birthday. And we love our new puppy. His name is Galactus, if you know the reference. If you're a Marvel fan, then you probably know exactly who we're talking about. But my son is a big Marvel fan, and our puppy is going to be a very big dog. He is only 10 weeks old right now, but he is Bloodhound and Black Lab mix. And just by the look of his paws, we can tell that he's going to be quite the giant. So hopefully I will get some snippets of him in this video. But let's go ahead and talk about what this video is. I think I've blabbed on enough about what's been going on. Let's talk about what we're gonna do. So I decided that I really just want to do a vlog to kind of kick off coming back and getting in the mix of filming again. So this is actually going to take place over Thanksgiving weekend, so like the weekend following Thanksgiving. We have a ton going on, or already have had a ton going on. As I said before, my son's birthday was yesterday on Thanksgiving. We did not celebrate last night. We're actually going to celebrate this evening just because we already had family over, and there was a lot going on already with the festivities of Thanksgiving. So we just decided that we would go ahead and give his birthday our full attention and do it today. So we are going over to my parents' house. My mom is cooking dinner. I'm very excited. My son requested chicken parm, so that is what my mom is going to be making for everyone, which is very nice. And then my birthday is actually tomorrow, which is Saturday. So we will again be having festivities going on with my family, and then Sunday. So this reading vlog will take place over Friday, Saturday, and Sunday following Thanksgiving. And let's go ahead and talk about what I'm trying to read. Like I said, I really just wanted to dive back into filming again and just getting used to being in front of a camera. So I wanted to just do a vlog. The other reason that I really want to do this, and this actually might become like a separate video idea as well, is that I am currently in the middle of, I believe, 8 books. I have talked about this before, but I am really, really bad about picking up a book, getting like the first 20 or 30% into it. And it's not that I'm losing interest, but I just have such FOMO all the time where I will see someone else reading a book that sounds really interesting to me, or a new release that I see a lot of people talking about, and I immediately want to pick up that book instead. So I'm constantly switching books all the time, not for any reason that I'm disliking them or anything like that. I have this problem. So I want to go ahead and talk about the books that I want to try and work on in this video, but I also think that I'm going to film a video coming up that is really focusing on trying to finish all of the books, or at least as many books as I can by the end of the year, because I don't want to carry over all of these books into 2026. So 2 of the books that I am currently in the middle of are the first one that I've been working on so slowly. I am pretty sure I've talked about this book multiple times. I have been reading this book for months, and that's not to speak ill of the book because I actually really like it and I adore this author. I've actually met her twice at book signings and I think she's amazing, and I do like this book and I'm thoroughly enjoying it so far. So please don't take my reading speed or the mess that it is that is taking me to read this as any sign of the book. But the first one I am reading is This Book Will Bury Me by Ashley Winstead. This book is following our main character, Jane Sharp. She has just recently lost her father, and in the midst of her grief, she kind of stumbles upon the online network of like true crime sleuths. So she actually hears about a local woman missing that's near her area, I think like maybe a couple towns over, and she's instantly intrigued and kind of pulled into this woman's story. And because she lives so close, she ends up kind of interweaving herself into this crime and what's happened to this woman. And the story kind of goes from there. She ends up meeting a group of other online sleuths and instantly really just gets wrapped up into this world, and things I think go a little too far, and that's kind of where this is like her tell-all. So this is after the events of everything that has happened or transpired, and she is trying to set the record straight as how things happened and how she got here. So I'm really enjoying this one. I am actually just under the 50% mark right now. I still have like a little over 200 pages to go, but I am really enjoying this one. I'm just reading it very slowly, so I'm hoping to make some progress on this one. And then the second book that I'm reading, and this one's going a little bit quicker, but it is also a much shorter book, is The Mystery Guest by Nita Prose. This is the second book in the Maid series. I read the first one, gosh, probably like 4 years ago, and I really liked it. We follow Molly, our maid, who has trouble with like social interactions and understanding like people's emotions and people's like sarcasm and things like that. So she's struggled much of her life with being bullied and feeling like she doesn't fit in. But one place that she knows that she and feels like home to her is cleaning and tidiness. Her gran brought her up and taught her everything that she knew. Her grandma was a maid as well, and Molly instantly wanted to follow in her footsteps and be just like her. She enjoys order and cleanliness, and it makes her happy and it makes her feel good. So she has a job at the Regency Grand Hotel, and there she has worked her way up to now be the head maid. And in the first one, she finds a dead body in one of the hotel rooms that she's cleaning, and unfortunately she gets mixed up in this murder and ends up becoming the prime suspect. So in the first one, we are trying to follow her as she clears her name and figures out what actually happened to that guest. And in the second one here, we are following Molly as well. There is a new crime that has happened. A very famous writer is at the hotel to make a big announcement. Tons of people have flooded in to the hotel to see just what it is that this famous author, J.D. Grimthorpe, is going to announce. And as he is there at the signing, something goes terribly wrong. And once again, Molly finds herself in the middle of a mystery. I do really like this one. I believe the first one had a few flashback scenes kind of showing Molly as she was being brought up, but I am enjoying this one because I feel like there is much more of a then and now timeline. We get more scenes of Molly when she was younger, and I'm just really enjoying this one. I feel like the mystery is even stronger this time, and there is like a lot more spider webs. I feel like how people are interwoven into each other's lives before this fateful day. So I am only a few chapters in. I'm under the 100-page mark, but this one is under 300 pages, so I think I should get a very good chunk of it done this weekend, if not finished. So those are the two books that I am reading, hopefully over this weekend, and I'm hoping that I will make some really good progress, and I will update you when I have something to talk about. I figured it was time to give you a reading update. I did not get a ton of reading done yesterday, which was Friday. We were busy with family and birthday things all day long. I got just a few clips of my son's birthday dinner and kind of just us hanging out. I did some puzzling while I was over there, and it was just a nice like chill day, which was great. It is now Saturday afternoon, reaching early evening, and it is actually my birthday today. I have had a busy start to the day already. One thing I forgot to mention earlier is that one of the things I had said was my kids are busier than ever, and my daughter is actually part of a competitive dance team, and she had a performance at a holiday market this morning, so we had that going on. So it was a busy start to the day, but that's okay. Like I said, it is now later in the day, and we are going to be heading over to my parents in a little bit to celebrate my birthday, and my mom is making my favorite dinner ever, which is my grandmother's recipe for egg rolls, and it's my favorite. She always makes it for my birthday every year, and it's probably my favorite meal of the year. But like I said, I just wanted to check in really quick and just give you a quick little update. I have not picked up This Book Will Bury Me since I last checked in, but I have made some progress in the Mystery Guest, which is the Nita Prose book that I'm reading. This is book number 2, and I want to say that when I checked in last, I was just under the 100-page mark. I think I was on page like 94, and now I believe I'm on page 141. So I've read almost 50 pages, and I'm still really liking it. I feel like the things that I said before are still true. This story just feels much more immersive to me, and that might just be because we're more familiar with the characters now. A lot of the characters that we met in the first book are reoccurring in the second book because this mystery is still taking place in the hotel where all of these employees work together and have worked together for some time. So I think just the familiarity of being used to these characters and already knowing some of their story is really helping with this second installment for me. But I also still feel like the mystery is just so much stronger. I feel like there's so many more characters at play and so many more like mini mysteries going on. It's really satisfying. I feel like we get just like a little snippet at the end of a chapter. And there are way more flashback chapters, like I had said. So we're really seeing like mysteries unfold for Molly when she was a kid that are now like part of a bigger plot that's going on in the now timeline. So I think that's really fun. And I do want to get some reading done tonight when we get home. I don't think we'll be over there super late, so I should have some time this evening when we get back. Galactus, baby. What are you doing? Hi, baby. Hi, baby. All right, so please excuse the mess behind me because it is just after the holidays and things are really crazy right now. But I did just run to Aldi. I did just a little bit of shopping. We still have a ton of leftovers from Thanksgiving and then our birthdays, because my mom made dinner for both my son, like I said, chicken parm, and then she made egg rolls for me, which is my absolute favorite. So we don't need a lot, so I just picked up a few things. I only spent like $60, which is great, and I will try to tell you what it is that I'm planning to use this for and what meals I'm making. So I'm gonna go ahead and flip you around. All right, so like I said, I went to Aldi, which is my absolute new favorite place ever. I only spent, I think, $65, and I will go ahead and just show you everything that I got really quickly and what I'm planning on making for dinners this week. So first off, I'm just gonna go from left to right, no great order here. Picked up some ciabattas. These are the Asiago cheese. We like to use these just to make sandwiches, or my kids will make like little pepperoni sandwiches, so like sauce, cheese, pepperoni, so like little mini pizzas. But these are really great and they're always really inexpensive. Then I got a can of corn and a can of kidney beans. I am going to be making taco soup, which is just a super easy dump and go recipe that I really like to use, especially at this time of year when it's colder, and it just goes all in the crock pot and it's super yummy. So I got the ground turkey for that as well. Usually ground turkey, kidney beans, corn, tomatoes, black beans, taco seasoning, and then a ranch seasoning packet. And then you just let it cook together for a few hours. There's really no rhyme or reason to it. This I just cook ahead of time before I throw it in the crock pot, and then everything else just gets dumped in. So super easy and very nice for a quick meal later this week. Then I got some wide egg noodles. I am going to be making chicken noodle soup as well. So I already have chicken that I can use for it, and I picked up the chicken broth as well. I sometimes use bouillon and sometimes bouillon cubes, and sometimes I'll just use the broth. I think I have a little bit of both, so whichever I end up grabbing, I know I have options. I have some chips back here. So I got Doritos and these baked chips, which are their version of the baked chips. I haven't tried those yet, but I do really love the Lay's baked chips, so I thought those would be good. I got some cheeses, just random stuff just for throughout the week. We already still had lunch meat, but I picked up some provolone and some mild cheddar sliced cheese for sandwiches, which we eat all throughout the week. The ranch packet, like I said, is for the taco soup. And then I'm also going to be making tater tot casserole, which is one of my family's favorites. It's kind of like a ripoff of shepherd's pie, but instead of using mashed potatoes, you used tater tots, and it's cheesy and very tasty. And again, just a really quick, easy meal to throw together and put in the oven. I got some salad kits. I am going to grill up some chicken, or hopefully my fiance will grill me some chicken, and I can put the chicken in to just kind of add some extra protein to these salads. So I got the sunflower chopped salad and the Caesar chopped salad. I got a bag of apples. These are my family's favorites, the pink ladies. They're so sweet and they're just a little bit tart and I love them so much. I got enchilada sauce. I will be making some chicken enchiladas later this week. And then we have a bunch of just like drink mixes and things like that. I picked up some coffee creamer. I have not tried Aldi's yet, but I love pretty much everything that I've had from Aldi. I have been very surprised by items that they have. I know for some people it's really hit or miss as far as whether they're an Aldi fan or not, but I have loved almost everything I've tried, so I wanted to give these a try. I got cinnamon roll and Italian sweet cream. My fiance dove into this juice before I can even put it away, but this is the tropical blend juice. My son requested almond milk. I think he's the only one in the family who like absolutely loves almond milk, and so we picked up some vanilla almond milk. I picked up an Alani, which is back there to help me get through this day. And then I also have these hydration packs. These to me are like a variation of the liquid IVs. I tried the lemon lime the other day and I really, really liked it. They're only like $1.79 for a 6-pack. I don't know if it's $1.79. They're under $3 for a pack of 6, which is pretty good, I think. And they're just the little mixes, the powders that you put into a bottle of water. And I really like these, so I went ahead and got the strawberry this time as well, and I'm excited to try these. I think they also had passion fruit, so if I like these, I will go back and probably try the passion fruit next time. And then lastly, because I couldn't resist, I got a fall festive blanket from Aldi a month or two ago, and I just felt like I needed to get a Christmassy one. So this one is super cute. It has stockings and presents and bows, and I just really love this like minty green color, so I had to pick this up. And they aren't the thickest blankets ever, but for $4.99 I feel like you really can't go wrong. So that is my haul for this weekend. Like I said, we still have a lot of leftovers from Thanksgiving, so this will just help get us by until next weekend, and we'll do it all again. It is probably time for me to go ahead and close out this vlog, but I did just want to do one final update of how much I got read over the weekend. To be honest, I didn't end up finishing either of my books. I did make some pretty good progress in one of them, but I will just have to try to complete these later this week. Let's talk about what I was able to get done. So in This Book Will Bury Me, I think I only read like 2 or 3 more chapters. I just hit part 2 and I'm on chapter 53, which is page 247, and I am still really liking this one. Part 2, something happens and it kind of shifts the focus of the story, so I am really interested to see how that part plays out. I have a feeling that quite a bit is going to come unraveled, so that's exciting. And then the one that I did read quite a bit of is The Mystery Guest. I don't remember what page I was on. I believe I was on page 94 at the start of this weekend, and I am now up to chapter 22, page 211. I have just about 75 pages left of this one, so I should be able to finish this either tonight or tomorrow, but I am really liking this one. There has been a couple like little minor reveals, some things I've kind of seen coming, but I am still really enjoying this one. This is just a fun, cozy mystery following Molly again, and I really like Molly as a character, so yeah, I'm excited to get this one wrapped up and see just exactly what happened with our mystery guest. So that is going to go ahead and do it for today's video. I did decide that I am going to go ahead and start filming for a finish the books that I am in the middle of series. I will probably start a new video and try to knock out the rest of these 2 books in that one. So if you want to see my final thoughts on either of these books, definitely keep an eye out for that video. It should be out either later this week or next week. But that is going to do it for me for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you again soon. Bye!